Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of Live in Texas at Hidden Spring Farm. Well, if you saw our last video, we showed you our orchard and we showed you the trees that we got planted, the maple trees. The bigger job is getting this field here closed in with this fence that's here now. We're going to move it over into the tree line and we're going to take this in. This is going to be our garden, and this is going to be where, like I told you in the other video, the first two trees here are apricot, the next three are nectarine. So we got to take in this area. We're going to move the fence back, and the problem is you can see is our fence row here. This has been grown over for probably 20 or more years, and it has not been maintained. You can see the county road out here. I will take you down here if I can go without busting my butt here. This is our fence row, and our property goes all the way down the road. But we got to clear this fence out so we can take the existing fence over here and bring it down here, and then we're going to turn behind the pine trees over here and go through the trees, and then from the pine trees here we're going to continue on with barbed wire down, and our property goes past that large pine for a ways back in there. So we're going to finish that out. This is the downside to this fence here. As you can see, it has wire in it right now. So when we start pulling it out here with this mini excavator, we're going to have fence posts, wire, nails, everything down in here. So we got a lot of work to do. I got to have this mini excavator back in the morning. So the goal is to get this torn out all the way down to right over here. You're going to see where we're going to turn, because we did a little clearing through the trees already a few months ago, and we're going to turn the fence and go straight through here. So we got to get all this torn down here, at least over to this fence post here, and that way this will stay with some wire up temporarily. But we got a lot of work to do, and we only got a couple hours to do it. So let's get busy. Y'all join us. All right, folks, we're about to jump on the mini excavator, and we're going to start working this and trying to pull the wire, get all this brush up in a pile. But first I'm going to go and try to find a good cutting point for the barbed wire that's in this fence line. I think there's some old fence netting here, and I also believe it ties into some barbed wire. So we're going to go down there and try to find where we can cut this wire, make a proper cut. That way we ain't pulling down the whole fence when we do it. Looks like it is old barbed netting. This is going to be a nightmare. We can get it cut here. All right, so we should be able to pull from here that way. We should be able to get at least 60 feet of this piled up, but it's going to have some wire in it. So looks like I got to end up some berry bushes there to scratch me up. So let's get busy. much wire wrapped up in some of this vegetation. So get this cut and we can keep the wire separated as much as possible. As you can see, we made a little bit of progress. Man, we got a lot to go. I'm gonna relocate this camera so you guys can get a better shot. We'll clean this out. The problem is some of the wire is still in this pile here. This pile here I don't have any wire in, but that one over there is just wire and stick. So we are going to have another problem of a pile of, I don't know, junk vegetation that's going to have wire in it. We're going to have to burn it. So get you guys set up over here. As you can see, we've got more wire right down in here going along in there. It's tied to this fence post that came out, and this old cedar post, cedar tree. It grew in the cedar tree. So I'm going to get you guys set up over here and just let you know that's the location over here that you saw from the road. Saw that location here, and this is where we've done some clearing through trees right here. Our fence is going to go straight through up there, so the cows will be able to get in and lay down during the summer. That's our main goal, is to get them to have some place to be able to lay down in. All we have is that little cover that you guys have seen, that little loafing shed that we're going to eventually turn into a barn. But our pasture is open. It has a few trees in it, but we do the rotational grazing. So there are times where they don't have any cover from sun except to come back up to the loafing shed. So we want to make it to where they can come back through by the barn and get up underneath these trees where the wind cools them down and things like that. Last summer was brutal. But in the meantime, let's get going on this. We're going to cut some more wire, and I think we're going to cut right here. We'll leave this other wire up because I can always come in and take these small little trees down. But leave that wire up right there. We'll pull the rest of this out with that, and then we'll be done. So let's get busy. Let's round in there and find myself a copperhead if I don't watch out. All right, so we're going to get this down, this last little bit down, and see what we can do. Well, we got most of the fence line that we wanted to do cleared as far as knocked down. So now I'm gonna push the blade, take the blade and push it all over there, and we'll have a burn pile. I sure hate having another pile with wire in it. Man, that's annoying. But there's one pile that's gonna have wire in it, and I'll have to separate it out. But anyway, let's get this pushed up and see what we can do. All right, folks. Well, I've never used the hat cam before, so we're gonna try it and see how it turns out. I'm ready to go in for the day, to be honest. folks, I think we got a little bit of work done today. I kind of wished I'd have went ahead and knocked this down right here, these two little trees, but I think I'm gonna cut them with a chainsaw because we're pretty clear after them. But I needed something, which is this post here, this old post, to hold this wire up as best I could. Looks like the wire popped down there, so I guess I could have just went ahead and tore it on out over to there, but I didn't. It had to be easier to get up like that anyway. I'm gonna have to cut these trees out, and I might have to just come on ahead and come over here and cut this off camera and get this done. But there's the fence row right there. We're going to line up with those posts there and come straight down through here, and this will be gone, and we'll be able to turn right here and go through the woods. And then later on I'll clear the rest of that fence line down there that you see, and then I'll run barbed wire all the way to the corner, which is probably another 1,000–1,500 feet of fence. So, but we got this done, got this cleared out. We're going to have a mulcher come in, and I needed to pull the wire out of the fence so he could get in here and mulch. The problem is you've seen how that wire was all tied up in those trees, and I'd have never been able to get in there and cut that out with pliers and pull out by hand or any of that other stuff. So anyway, we got us a mess right here. This has wire in it, dirt in it. Not as much dirt as a guy I hired out before to do my fence line all the way down to the road down there. So we got this done, and I think we're going to be a happy camper. I'm going to go ahead and knock that back out here, and as soon as I finish up, battery's about to run down on the camera. I just want to tell you guys we appreciate you. Thank you for watching the video today. Appreciate it if you like and subscribe to the channel. And do me a favor, man, keep God first. That's the only way we can get through life. Y'all have a blessed day. Thanks for joining us. Live in Texas at Hidden Spring Farm.